So here we go. One night in street. Not a what street, but street. Is it a street? Is it just the entranceway into a bar? Who knows? Let's find out. I think it might just be an entranceway into a bar area, to be honest. Wait, someone's walking out here, maybe not. Is that the street? There you have it, one night in street. I would say 1 minute in street more likely, but hey, what do I know? I guess it's pretty lively at night time. Maybe. Little, maybe this is a little stage. I really don't know. I'm obviously here at a bad time. It's pretty early. But this like kind of clock tower over there is nice. I think it's a church. I think actually it is part of the church here behind these flowers. Yeah, there's a cross on top. Ah, interesting. I want to check out a very famous shopping centre. I'm not gone shopping, but apparently it has a waterfall in the middle. A bit like the waterfall I saw in, oh, where was it? Was it Xi'an? Yes, it was Xi'an. So I don't know if it's like that or if it's better or worse, but we'll find out. Let's check it out. Well, I've stumbled across a little canteen. I tell you, it's a lot more popular than the one I was at yesterday. I had loads of time to choose what I wanted yesterday. There was nobody. Imagine that. I couldn't deal with that. I'd be pressured. I'd be picking things that I wouldn't even eat. It's all different food restaurants. I don't know if they all have a system like that where it's kind of like a buffet. No, I don't think so. Actually, here's a funny one. I looked on Apple Maps. I typed in restaurants near me, you know, just to get an idea of what's kind of local to where I'm staying. And the first one that comes up, like recommended, was called the Beef Intestine Restaurant. I was like, oh wow, how did you know what I wanted? So yeah, I quickly stopped using Apple Maps to give me recommendations. Okay, I'm heading back out here. I'm not getting food right now. I just wanted to know what was down here, that's all. You know what? I've changed my mind. We're not going to a bloody shopping centre. Who wants to see a shopping centre again? I don't even want to see a shopping centre. What's the big deal about a little waterfall? I've already seen one. So we're going across the Yangtze River now. The opposite side. Well, I don't mean there. I mean when I make it to the bridge to get over. And we're going to Nanding Road. And Nanding Road is this huge street that stretches all along the promenade. Well, it's broken up at times, but it stretches all along the promenade of the Yangtze River. 25 kilometers long. I won't be doing the whole thing today. Yeah, but apparently it's nice. It's got lovely flower shops. It's got a lot of kind of European influenced buildings because, of course, being on a river, there was trade. So yeah, I hope I don't have to go up that hill. Anyway, I'll survive this. I'll catch you when I'm at the bridge. Now you can see the bridge we're going to be crossing over to Nanding Road in a few minutes. Now it's hot, so I did stop into the shop there. There's a little supermarket back there. First of all, I had to get a little roll on deodorant. Couldn't get a spray one in case I take a flight, so but I did pick up Chongqing beer, ice cold, so let's see how this goes. Don't know if it's nice, don't know if it's horrible. It's cold though, so it's got to be good, right? It's better than nothing. And down here, just underneath this side of the Yangtze River Bridge, we've got these old style buildings and streets in kind of a, like, what would you call it, like a compound kind of area, you know? And then just outside that you've got this massive sprawling metropolis. Actually, it's bigger than a metropolis. I think it's called a megalopolis, something like that. I know it sounds weird when you say it, but I think that is the name, megalopolis. Whatever, I think it's megalopolis, but actually there was a movie out recently with that name too. pretty crap movie, but yeah, like you can see like how old these ones are compared to everything else. Now this beer is not bad, you know. It's I mean, there's nothing special about it. The only reason I got it, I was actually, first of all, I was going to get Heineken, just because why not, you know. I like Heineken, but I said, you know, when you're somewhere like this, it's nice to try out some local beer, you know. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a pretty standard run-of-the-mill lager. So yeah, we're gonna make our way across this damn big river. One of two big rivers here, should I say. Look at these two gold towers over here. I don't know if you can tell that they're gold, but they are. The two of them that are the same with a bridge connecting them. Well, firstly, we've come to the Longmanhao Cultural Block. So it's a small old street, little market here. Little caricatures. Bit of shade at least. I'm sweating, like really sweating. You might not be able to see it. I hope you can't see it because it's not a pretty sight. Yeah. And shade is very rare to come by on this walk that I've chosen to do. So while I'm walking along the lovely Nanding Road area, all along the Yangtze River here, nice walkway, it goes all along. I thought now is as good a time as ever to talk about a couple of things, well, three things I guess, that I really cannot stand in China, that I hate. You know, hate's a strong word, but you know, it fits for the three things that I want to talk about. So we'll start with the first one, which is, well, I've mentioned it a few times walking down the streets. The people on scooters, the electric scooter drivers, the delivery men. It's, you know, it's mayhem, I swear. It's like the Wild West. They don't give a damn if you're about to cross the road. The traffic light will be green for you to cross, and as you step out there, honking their horns, flying by you, beeping all the time, as if like you're the one that's in the wrong. And they'll shout something at other people, like they probably shout things at me and I don't understand it, but you know, they shout things at people and they're not supposed to be driving there. Like there's signs sometimes on the path, on the sidewalk, saying like no electric bikes, and they don't give a damn. Like they just go through. They drive on the wrong side of the road a lot of the time. It's crazy, you know. It's honestly like it's really annoying, because you're kind of watching everything you do when you're going to cross the road, even when there's lots of people crossing already. Like you kind of, at least what I do is I follow what the others are doing, you know what I mean? But even then, they're weaving in and out of the pedestrian crossing. Like I just can't stand it. It drives me mad. Like there's obviously no punishment because they're driving along on their phones as well. There's twice now that I've seen it where someone's driving on the sidewalk, looking at their phones. You can hear the TikToks playing out loud, of course. And twice I've seen where the mirror of the electric scooter has hit somebody, some older person one time and a younger guy another time. So it's actually hit into their arm as they're walking, and there was no like argument, but you could tell that, you know, the guy wasn't too happy, obviously. And that happened twice. The first time the guy stopped and said something, probably apologised, because he looked kind of surprised, you know, like, oh damn. Second time the guy just kept driving. Like, it's, you know, there's obviously no punishment for it. It's ridiculous. And I think as a tourist it's kind of frightening when you're walking down the side streets or any street, you know. So anyway, look, that's the first one. That's kind of a basic one, I suppose. Second one, which I've mentioned a few times, I'll give you a look at the river while I'm walking along. Anyway, the second one is the spitting. It's disgusting, you know. It's all the bloody time. You can hear like the spit on the side of the streets. They spit, like you're walking behind someone, they'll spit, they nearly hit you. Like there's been a few times I've had to be careful because I hear them making the noise and I kind of stop. I'm behind them, just say, and I stop, and they don't look, like they just spit to the side. Older women as well. It's fucking, honestly, it's fucking disgusting. There's been times, a few times in the main train stations where I'm going to get a high-speed train, and all of a sudden, like in the part where you're waiting for ticket checks to go through to your platform, people will spit on the floor of the train station. Like, this place is spotless clean. It's been cleaned all the time by people, but people don't give a damn. They just walk over into, sometimes they'll do it in a corner as if that makes it better, but a lot of the time they'll just hook up a big one and spit on the floor, like of a big modern train station. Like, that's really disgusting, you know. Yeah, so I really can't stand it. You're walking along, sometimes you're kind of avoiding where to step, because not only in train stations but on the streets you can see like the big puddles of spit. I don't know, like, even if it's a cultural thing, it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't make it not disgusting just because it's cultural, or you know, I'm sorry, but it really is disgusting. I can't stand it. I hate it. I said it to a couple of the Chinese guys in the hostels I've been staying in. The younger people don't really do it. I haven't noticed it really much at all. And they were saying, like, it's because, you know, a lot of these cities like Chongqing, Chengdu, like maybe 50 years ago, they were smaller fishing towns. They weren't villages, but, you know, they were smaller, and all of a sudden they boomed, and the people never kind of changed their ways, the older people that were from there. But, like, even so, that doesn't give you an excuse to start hooking up spit everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just drives me mad. I'll move on from the spit because it's annoying me. So the third one that I really can't stand is, I don't want to say rudeness. Rudeness is very strong, and it's probably a bit subjective. Everyone has a different view of people being rude. Like, you know, some countries burping is considered rude, and some it's considered like, oh, it's a sign that you enjoyed the food that was given to you, you know, stuff like that. So maybe rude is the wrong word, but I'll say, oh, what word can I use instead of rude? I think I'll use the word inconsiderate. I think that's a big thing here. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all the Chinese people are like that. In fact, the majority of them, the vast majority of them, are really nice. They're really curious. They won't try to speak English with you, but they'll say hello and see if you, like, answer them back. You know, they kind of get happy with stuff like that. And in general, the people are really, really nice. So the word I want to use, yeah, is inconsiderate. So many times, first of all, as I've mentioned as well, I've mentioned all of these things over the videos, but like subways, on trains, blasting out this music on their phone, like full volume. They don't give a damn. Like, you know, there could be someone asleep beside them, it doesn't matter. It's playing full volume, blasting out, and they're flicking through videos. I don't know, Douyin is like the TikTok, so they're scrolling through like one video to the next, and it's blaring different music all the time. Yeah, as I said, on trains, long journey trains, you kind of really have to bring earplugs. It's ridiculous. There's signs on the back of the seats in front of you that say, like, no loud music, please use earphones and be courteous to other passengers, but they're not. And even when the security and the staff are walking through the carriages that you're in, they don't say anything to the people that are playing loud music. There's so many of them playing loud music, or loud TikToks, or loud Douyin. It's not only the music part that's inconsiderate, but there's been many times like you're waiting at the subway station, waiting for the metro to come along. So you're queued up at the glass door that you wait at. There's an arrow on the floor that kind of tells you, wait here for the subway, let people off, and before you get on, you know, kind of basic, right? Well, even if you're first, queuing up there, people even not when the train is not there yet, you're just standing there waiting. You know, 2 minutes left on the monitor for the next train, so you're just standing there waiting. People between you and that glass that you're waiting at, people will push you out of the way and stand in front of you. Like, not just one person will do it, families will like push in front of you. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Even the guy from China that moved to America, that was in the hostel I stayed in Chengdu, he said the same thing. Like, he said, he said it really drives him crazy, it pisses him off. He said when they push him out of the way, he pushes back when they're on the train beside him. He makes sure they have no room, like, you know. He said, you want to push me, I'll push you back. That's what he said. I don't do that because, like, I'm in a different country. It's not my place to do it, if you get what I mean. But like, just pushing people, and then like when people are getting off the train, they don't wait, even though you're supposed to wait and let people off. It says it in writing on the door. There's a speaker that says it in Chinese and English. But no, once that door opens, they push in. Security staff there don't do anything. Yeah, it's kind of, it's strange. I was getting on the train yesterday. I mentioned this already, but I'll mention it again. I'm standing in the aisle going to my seat, and there's a couple of old people putting their luggage up in the overhead compartment over their seats. So I'm standing there waiting. Of course, you don't want to push, like, the old people, you know, they're just trying to get sorted out before they sit down. And there's people behind me, like, pushing me into the old people. Like, surely they can see that there's old people. Like, you know, it's just inconsiderate. Sometimes I've been standing there, like, taking a picture or something, maybe, you know, I can't just say, like, even here, I might be standing here, or I might not even be taking a picture. I might just be looking out at this view across here, and someone, maybe a couple of Chinese people standing here, and they'll be talking to each other, and the person that's standing here will just start pointing over here, like my direction, and they'll hit into my shoulder, you know, like, because they don't look when they're doing it. And they'll kind of just look at you like you're the one that's in the way. You know, they won't, like any other, well, I don't want to say any other country. I'm sure there's some other countries where it wouldn't happen, but you'd think that people would say, like, oh, sorry, you know, just politeness, like, you know what I mean? Just say, oh, sorry, it was an accident, you know, this kind of thing. But no, they look at you like you're the one that's after, like, making a mistake. I've had it where kids have been, like, you know, for some reason, kids, when they're like running in front of their parents, you know, just small kids, it's not the kids' fault, but for some reason they always kind of stop looking where they're going, look at their parents, and run into me. They've hit off my leg a few times. I've been bumped into once with a little push bike, the small, like, plastic ones, you know. The parents just kind of looked like, man, if I did that when I was a kid, if I hit into somebody, well, I wouldn't get hit, but I mean, I'd be certainly given out to it, and the parents would apologise, you know. But no, it's really weird. Like, I consider it inconsiderate. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, there's so many positives about China. So many. It's so interesting, the place. The people, as I said, like, I might be talking about what people are doing. I'm generalising, because, like, the population is what, 1.4 billion, something like that. I don't know. The people I'm talking about probably make up less than 1% of that. Way less than 1%, I'm sure. But it's so noticeable. That's the problem. It's so noticeable. It's in your face. That's the thing. Like, every country has problems. There's no country that's perfect, and no people from specific countries are perfect. You know, everyone's got problems and different quirks and traits that we don't like. You know, people, they probably don't like things we do, but this is more in your face. You know what I mean? It's more noticeable. Like, probably like if people go to India and stuff like that, people know it's in front of you. You know, that kind of thing. But as I said, there's so many positives. It's so interesting, the place. The food is so interesting. The architecture, the bloody massive cities that they've built. All of that is incredible. Like, this place is so worth visiting. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it's so unique of a country. It's massive. It's got so much history in each different location you go to. It's history spanning thousands of years. So, you know, there's so many positives. I don't want to get drawn in on the negatives, but I have to mention them because they're what I've noticed as like a solo tourist going around. You know, I spend all day out of the like hostels or hotels walking around, so I'm getting a feel for the place. I always do it everywhere I go. I leave in the morning, except like sometimes I'll sit around and have a coffee and yap to people, but like I'll leave in the morning, I'll go out, I'll walk all day, all different areas, you know, because I really want to get a feel for the places. But that's why, I mean, it's just something that's in my face that I've noticed. So I did say I was going to make a video about the things I don't like in China. There's so many things I do like, but I can't make a video because there's so many of them. Like, you see me walking around and mention this is cool, oh look at this, wow, you know. So I don't need to like make a video about stuff like that. You can see it, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, you know, there's some times where you're kind of sitting there after someone bumps into you when they're pointing and something and they make you look like you're a criminal, and it's, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I just had to kind of talk about that. That's the little video that I wanted to put out just while I'm walking along Nanding Road along the Yangtze River here, which is lovely, really nice, really peaceful. Nobody coming along my way except two guys that were back at the start of it, and yeah, that's it. Honestly, I think this camera's about to overheat because it's really burning my fingers. Yeah, it's the weather. So anyway, I do apologise if there's any Chinese people that watch this. I'm not generalising. It's just an observation that I've picked up as a tourist from nearly a month in China. I'm not generalising Chinese people at all, because I know most of them are incredibly nice, like every country in the world.